Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.
Hey! How you doing, guys? Sorry for the slight delay. I see Chili Gamer Boy. Brandon, how you doing? Good morning, my friend. Boy, you're up early today. How you doing? We got to play some games again. I know we played that one day, but we haven't. I don't think we've played together since that one day a few weeks back. So we definitely got to do some gaming again. Cool. All right, so I have over here a couple of giant piles. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 figures. Okay. So I have a friend. Well, I guess I mean, I call everybody a friend, but they're not. I don't really know anything about some of these people. So I've been in a number of Star Wars clubs around the country. When I grew up in New York, I joined one in the summer of 1994 called the Greater Rochester Area Star Wars Fan Club. And it was started by Randy Eddy and Andrew Pokin. And Randy and Andy, yeah, it's funny, right? Randy and Andy, they put together this club. I was one of their first members. I met Randy. It must have been an outdoor event or some kind of thing, because I remember meeting him in almost like a garage sale scenario. And well, of course, because we both had gigantic Star Wars collections, we bonded immediately and became really good friends. And yeah, it was just pretty cool. But it turns out that Randy Eddy was he went to Celebration 1, the first Celebration, and because Randy had such a large collection, like Randy was not back then in the 90s, he was not the typical Star Wars collector. He was not on the level that I was on. Like, I had all the figures, I had vehicles, I had some carded figures, I had a couple of things like toothpaste and board games and Play-Doh and things like that, but I didn't have like full-size costumes, like a stormtrooper costume. I didn't have like prototypes or the coins, and you know what I mean, like and first shot test shots, things like that, where Randy had a life-size Yoda already in 1994. He had a full-size stormtrooper. He had Darth Maul that was like, Darth Vader that was 12, the full size in his room. He had a C-3PO and R2-D2, and these were like human scale. They were and he had a bunch of props from the movies. Like, Randy was all in, and I never met a person like that before, but it turned out that Randy Eddy was good friends with Gus Lopez because of the way they collect, the stuff they collect. And they went to Celebration 1 together, the very first Celebration. They all met in a big group, and there's a photo with them all together. And it was funny because when I moved to Seattle, I had no idea that Gus lived in Seattle, and I moved to Seattle, and I meet Gus Lopez, go over to his house, and there's a picture of him and Randy Eddy, and I'm going, holy shit! Like, there's, you know what I mean? Like, this is so freaking weird, And so I joined the club in Seattle, which is called Sarlacc, and the Sarlacc stands for something. It's like Star Wars and Lucasfilm relics and archive collectors or something like that. I don't know. It's like, it spells out Sarlacc, but it's Star Wars and Lucasfilm, and it says, and I think the R is relics, and then it's like archives and collector, or archivists and collectors or something like that. So meaning that, like, we collect the artifacts related to Lucasfilm projects, and then archive them and collect them. You know what I mean? Like there's all this in there, and somehow he got it to spell out the word Sarlacc, so it works pretty good. But these guys have been nice enough, even though I've moved away. Okay, the whole point of this is how I got this stuff. There's a point. I'm not rambling on like some old man with no point, even though it sounds like it. But and I am getting old, and I probably will start. See, there I go. I'm rambling like an old man. Yeah, it's Grandpa Simpson here telling you about toys. So those guys in both in New York. Randy disappeared. I have no idea where Randy is, but I still talk to Andy. And the club in New York was taken over by Dean Amsler. And my friend, I don't know if my friend Paul Baker is still in that club or not. I don't know. But I still get emails once in a while from them in the club. I know the club exists. And then the club in Seattle is still run by the same people who founded it back in 1990. It also formed in 1994, by the way, the club that Gus Lopez and those guys do. So they consider themselves the longest running Star Wars fan club that's outside of Lucasfilm, that's set up by the fans for the fans. So I guess I've had the fortune of being involved with both of the two longest running clubs in the United States for Star Wars. But they also still send me emails. They're nice enough, even though I no longer live in the area, they're nice enough to consider me part of the club still. And they send me the emails. They send Christmas stuff and do all kinds of things that they're just like I never left Seattle. They're very generous, very nice people, and really cool. And I still get invites to their houses and things. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to fly over there just for that. Someday I'll get back to Seattle and I'll see them all again. But anyway, so they post once in a while in an email saying, I've got a bunch of stuff to get rid of. Contact me outside the club and we'll talk about it. So one guy posted that he had a bunch of carded 90s Toy Biz and other things, including like a lot of Hercules and the Legendary Journeys. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind taking a look at what you got. So we ended up making a deal for this giant pile. I just took everything. I was like, I won't make you piecemeal it. Just send me everything you got. If it's a duplicate of something I already have, then I'll just deal with it, trade or give it away, do something. But so he sent me basically a few extra things that he had that were like doubles and stuff, and then a pile of these Hercules figures. And this was like super, super cheap. It was basically nothing. And I paid for shipping to get it sent out here, and that wasn't a big deal. But I thought, since I got so many Hercules figures, that we could go through and look at Hercules. But I also thought, because it's a line I've sort of wanted to have, but I've never really gotten the chance to buy a big pile of. Lobot, how you doing? Hail, John Cooley's. Chili and Lobot saying hi. Yeah, but I've never got a chance to actually just like go through and buy look at a big pile of these. And this is a good jumping off point, but it's also going to be I think it's going to have a snowball effect where I end up getting them all, because I do like what some of these look like. And there's not much more that I need to go find. So I think I am going to end up finishing this collection, because it doesn't appear as though we'll go through it. We'll see. Because I also want to go to a website with you guys while we're on, and we'll look at what else was in the line. Because I know there was some giant monsters in this line as well that your figures could fight. And those might be cool to look at, because if they look good, it might be cool to get some giant monsters from this set, yeah. But he also threw in some vintage Spider-Man. There's Fantastic Four, there's Iron Man, there's Spawn, Star Wars, Star Trek Playmates. So I thought, firstly, we'll look at a few of the oddball stuff he sent, like the Spawn and the other things, and just so you can see everything that was there. And maybe this will spark some other conversation too, because some of these things, it's perfect timing, I thought, because I had one of these things in mind for doing a video on in the future on our series where we look at variants from the past, where we look at variant figures. He actually sent me one of the variants I was considering looking at, and then sent me another set which reminded me of two other things that I should like make sure I have every variant of, and then do a video on these other two, because I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this variant. This is pretty funny, blah blah blah. And it happens to be in this collection. So I was like, oh, I remember this, or at least one half of it is in this collection. So yeah, so I thought we could go through some of these, and then we'll look at all the Hercules ones. So let me get the other camera, whoop, and we'll get this on. Yeah, because I was a little delayed today, because this is funny. I think this is hilarious. So I turned on my laptop this morning right before going to do this. Now, I turned it on earlier when I set all this up, and it was working fine. No problems. It's on. It's doing its thing. And then I go right before this thing goes live, and it's doing an update. I'm like, what the crap? Like, why are you doing an update? It's almost like the computer's like, oh, you don't use it Sunday mornings. Let's do the update Sunday morning. No, I use the computer every Sunday morning. You should know that. Oh, did I not put the link in? Let me put the link in the. I didn't put the link in the thing to join today. Let me see. I want to put the link in to join. I always like to have the link in so people can join if they want. Gotta go to live. Gotta go to here. Gotta go to here. There we go. And then I'll pin that to the top. Pin the message. There we go. So if you do want to join in, you can click that there, and I'm going to use that to click Geek Strong. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. So if you want to join in, feel free to join in. Click that link, and I'm going to click that link and bring up our other camera. Hercules and the legendary journeys. So yeah, the great thing was that I just couldn't believe I could get this giant pile. It's like, I love getting giant piles of figures just because it doesn't help me out because I got to find somewhere to put everything, but it helps. I just like, I think it's cool. Like, oh, I got to get rid of all this stuff anyways, and it's now it's going to a really good place because what the hell is my phone doing? Because I'm going to take care of it. You know what I mean? And if it is something that I think one or two of these is a duplicate, and if I don't end up using it, I can find it a good home. It's not. We'll call it the Herc Cam. The Herc Cam is in the house. There we go. And I got to switch it. It's not on the front camera. Of course it's not on the front camera. Why would it be on the front camera? No, not that. Cameras. Settings. Camera. Switch sides. Yep, there you go. Go back. Close. And we're seeing the right thing now. All right, there we go. Put this over here. And not that one. This one. right, guys, I'm going to add this to the feed, and then we're going to look at each one. Let's see. Do this. Do this. Cool. Oh! Look who's here. Oh, I got to go up. We got a bunch of people that showed up while I was doing that. G-Force! How you doing, my friend? My brother? John, I love the backdrops. Blue, good morning, my friend. More Matt's here. Good morning, Zero Hunter Toys. All right. Sorry, editing. That's okay, man. That's okay, Mark. That's okay. Just keep us on in the background. I do that a lot when I'm at work and doing stuff. I put people on in the background, just listen to them, even if I'm busy and I can't be in the chat, active. I'm watching, I'm listening, that's how we all go. So this backer board, Super Awesome Geek Show, that was bought. I actually think Jason may have bought that. He got it when because when we were doing podcasting alone without any video, we would go to like the Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, the big one in Seattle, and they would always give us a room. So we would have a room to do interviews with the guests, like the actors and comic book artists and things. So they wanted a sign to put outside the room, and that was our sign for outside the room. And it used to have like a sandwich board sign holder on the back that you could stand it up in front of the doorway, but it broke off. It ripped, so I just use it now as a backdrop, and it's all scratched up because I think people at the conventions kicked it over and stepped on it and things, So it's seen its days, in work. It's worked its butt off. It's seen its days. All right, we got some lighting here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to show off, Palpatine. Hello, my master. How are you doing? Good greetings, Lord John. Hope you are doing well. I really want to go to ECC. I love Seattle. Oh, it's a beautiful, and now it's better than ever because it's like 6 floors of a double convention center. They have a convention center in Seattle that they had to go, and they went and took over a place across the street from it and connected it with tunnels like above the streets. So you walk over the streets in these tubes that are all glass and go to another section in another building across from it. And it's 6, so it's basically 6 floors. And what I don't understand is they still don't consider it one of the largest conventions in the United States. But if you go there, sorry, pardon me, I'm sneezing a lot. If you go there, you will see that each floor, okay, is the size of just Orlando's convention center. Each floor is the size of New York's convention center, the entire convention center. So they say New York Comic Con is like the second or third largest in the country. But I don't understand how that can possibly be, because New York is like 2 floors, and one of those floors is not even as big as 1 floor of Seattle. And when you can almost put both floors of New York City Comic Con on 1 floor of Seattle's Comic Con. And that's only 1 floor in Seattle. Seattle has 6 floors that big. And I'm going, how can you have a convention that is at least 6 times the size of New York and still consider it smaller than New York? And they get 100 or 150,000 people that weekend. And that was when I lived there. The last few years I lived there, they were touting like, we sold 150,000 tickets to this thing. This is the largest this has ever been. And yet they still say, oh, it's smaller than New York Comic Con. It's smaller than Chicago. And I'm like, no, it isn't. If you go to it, you would see that it's not. If you actually went. And I think the people making these things up as far as which is the biggest and which is the best, they just write Seattle off. They don't even want to consider it as like a real place. So yeah, they kind of, I have a sore spot because I was always like, this is a good show and no one believes me, you know. So here's a cool thing. So he sent me, I got 3 Boba Fett's here. So look at this. And now we are going to figure out, I see a little bit of a reason why. I see one thing that stands out to me right away, and that is that this one, this one. No, this one. No, it was the first one. It was the first one. It's from Japan. Dun, dun, dun. So we got the Japanese card back here. So that's pretty cool. But is that really a variant? Do you consider that a variant? He's got the full circles on his hands. Can you see that? The full circles. So, and on both sides. Hopefully you can see the circles on his hands. I'm looking at the black circle. There's a black circle on his hand. And now I don't know if you guys remember this about this figure, but this, and I'm definitely going to be doing a video. This is one that I had in mind. I have these in my collection. I don't have the Japanese one, so that's cool. We'll add that to the pile. But I have these 2 in my collection right now. They're actually hanging up in the bounty hunter section display. And the reason there's 2 here, there's 2 that I have in that, and that I was going to do a video with the about the variants, is because there's the Boba Fett with the circles on his hands. They're black circles. And then there's a Boba Fett with what they call the half circle, because there's a brown line like through the circle, and it's on both sides. Both hands have it. So it was a paint difference, you know. And the thing that's weird is I don't remember which one was more sought. I want to say the half circle was more sought after back in the 90s, back in 94, 95. We were running all over the place. I think that was the one we were trying to find. We were going all over the place to try and find the half circle one. And everyone was the circle. And if I look, let me see. So because I think this came out first. So, you know, it's 0.00. If you look at the number there, it's 96 or 526.520.00. There's a dot with a 00 after it. That meant that this came out first. The 00 is the first release, first edition of the figure, and the Japanese ones don't do the point, that numbering on there. They don't do that, so that doesn't count. But then the second release with the circle that's full in was 526.520.01. So it's .01. So it's kind of confusing because 1 isn't the first one. No, 1 is actually the second one. 0 was the first one. 1 was the second one. And I think Boba Fett went all the way up to 0.04, meaning there were 5 different versions of Boba Fett by the time you were done. Because when they put a hologram on there, if they put a hologram sticker on, it would go 0.02. And then when they did the green card background with the green lightsaber stripe, that would be like 0.03, you know. And if they did one with the freeze frame, there were freeze frames. Since they had already done Boba Fett before, the freeze frame would be his version, would be 0.04. You know what I mean? And I do believe they did a hologram version, a green card, and a green card. It could be green card with hologram, green card without hologram, and green card with freeze frame. So, yeah, so each of those would have a different point on the back. So it would be 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. And that was so any collector like us would know if we got the first version that came out or if we have a future version. So, like, say you didn't see, I didn't see Admiral Akbar until he was on a green card with a freeze frame. So I would flip it over and it would say, like, 0.01. So I'd go, oh, because not every freeze frame is 0.04. It could be 0.00 if it was the first time the character came out. It just happened to be on that card was the first time. So that green card with the freeze frame would be 0.00 for that particular character. So if you picked up Admiral Akbar and you look on the back, and it says 0.01 or 0.02, then you know, oh, there was one previous to this, so I don't have the first release of Admiral Akbar. I've got a second or third release, and you might want to go hunt down the previous card version if you're really into collecting. That was how Hasbro let collectors know that you had the first one that came out. And if they had a variant, like if they changed the design, like in this case, they went to 0.01. Because they changed the design of the character. And now I don't know why they changed. Maybe they changed it because the picture shows it with a full circle on the glove. You see what I mean? That could be why they changed it, because they might have noticed that. Why is it we should make it a full black circle like that is. That I didn't notice that before, but that very well could be because it shows him in that pose with that glove has a solid black circle on it. So yeah, that could be why they did it. But yeah, anyways, this was a very difficult one to find, and it's fortunate that he put it in here because now I don't have to go. I was going to do a video about this variation, not the Japanese thing, but I might throw it in there just to have a you can get this on a Japanese card as well. But yeah, it's fortunate because now I don't have to dig them out of my display. I can actually use these in the video when I do a future video about this variant, All right. Let me skip back to the chat. I'm sure I missed a few things here. Lunar Girl, how you doing? Good to see you. Good morning, gentlemen. Greetings, Lord Geek and GeForce Racing. Greetings, Lunar Girl. I need Grogu's midichlorians to bring my body back. Boba Fett was in Hercules. I have to rewatch it. Yeah, we're looking at what... so this guy sent me a whole pile of stuff from a club that I used to be in Seattle. And I'm going through everything that he gave me. And a lot of it is Hercules. So most of it is Hercules, but we're looking at a couple other things that he sent me that was thrown in the box with the Hercules stuff before we get to the Hercules stuff. Okay. Need only second to the vintage. Yeah. Half circle was harder to find. Yep. Okay. Love the dossiers and all the pictures and vehicles. Grogu's out there drinking his coffee. I will send Moff Gideon. Late night gaming makes me show for coffee. I really miss all the dossiers on the character and the power of the Force, even in the vintage G.I. Joe cards. At least we got some with the HasLab Sky. Yeah. All right. Now, the next thing to look at is he sent a few Star Trek figures, which is cool. And I think I need 3, or at least 2 of these are ones that I needed. I don't know. There's 2 that I'm not sure. I think I have this one. And I think I have the Sulu. But I'll have to double check. But I don't think I have the other 2 that he sent. So this is Sulu from Star Trek The Motion Picture. Good looking figure. I like the widescreen trading card you get. You get a widescreen trading card, which I don't know if you remember those. That was kind of a thing back in the 90s where they changed the format and size of trading cards to be widescreen, just like in the movies. And it was like, now it's a pain in the ass because I have to buy all new card sleeves and only fit 6 on a page instead of 9. And it was like... But you could get Admiral Kirk from Star Trek The Motion Picture. You get Spock. General Chang from Undiscovered Country. I have him. Sulu or Dr. McCoy. Commander Crudge from Search for Spock. I gotta get this one because this is Christopher Lloyd, so I have to get a Commander Crudge. I gotta go online and look him up, get one, and have him sent to me because I don't have that guy. I didn't know they made a Commander Crudge, but I've got to get him. This is so cool. Lieutenant Savick, again, I didn't know they made her. Really cool. From Wrath of Khan, got to get her. Sulu, which we got. Uhura. And then we have Martia from the Undiscovered Country. And Khan. So really cool. Geordie LaForge here in his dress uniform. And it is an unpunched card, sort of. It's like it's been looks like it was on the rack, but you can kind of put the punch back in. This is, dress uniform, Geordie LaForge. I think I have this one, but I'm not sure. It might not be in this good a shape either, so this one could be better than the one I have. Really cool. There's Locutus, a Borg on there. Kalar is a good one. Guinan. Klingon Warrior Worf. Mordok, the Benzite. There's a regular Borg. Q. Yeah, some really good ones on this. And they had great little fleet cards on here, so kind of like G.I. Joe, you know what I mean, where it was like their rank and all their stuff, and really cool. And then they had regular size trading cards for this series, so you could put them in a regular normal thing. But we did get a Guinan from, now this is a Guinan I don't have, from just Generations. Is this the movie? I think this is the movie one. Yeah, Generations was the movie with Picard and Kirk, right? Yeah. So that's cool. She has Star Trek Generations gear, a tray with glasses. She has a lunch tray as an accessory with cups. So this is like getting Bib Fortuna with a couple cups. You're like, what the hell? Yeah, your Guinan comes with an action lunch tray. It's like, yay! Like, I was so excited to get a lunch tray with my action figure. Please, that's what kids want. They want a lunch tray. Oh boy! And then you get their little laptops. You get a laptop with her. Let's see. So we got Lursa and Bator. I got those. But a couple different Worfs you could look at. We got there's Kirk and Montgomery, Scott, Powell, Chekhov, Captain Kirk, Troy, Data, Worf, Forge, Beverly Crusher, Worf in his 19th century outfit, like when he went back in time. Riker, Guinan, Ursa, and Bator. Yeah. But again, she's got her own kind of clip and collect card with her rank and species and all that stuff. Yeah. Neat. Oh, look, here's the engineering playset. That'd be cool to get. Look, it's got the warp drive in there and everything. Dude, that would be so cool to get. We got to get that. How do we get that? Where are we going to get that? We got to get that. All right, and then Chippo's here. Good morning, Chip. Yes, I have a ton of Star Wars and Episode 1 wide vision, real collector's items. I still have a few widescreen VHS. Widescreen was mind-blowing. Yeah. We love to get, and then we don't get this anymore with all the legalized junk. In 10 different languages takes up the whole cart. Yeah, it does. I hate that. Yeah, they totally are. Relive and reenact the spillage episode where space coffee is spilled on the tray. Yeah, exactly. And then we have, look at this. It's Khan! Look at that card. That is a great card for Khan. Khan Noonien Singh Khan comes with a Starfleet phaser, a bowl of eels. What? He actually comes with a bowl of eels? It's under the card here, so you can't see it. Genesis torpedo, the Genesis control box, and a Star Trek movie action base, as seen in Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. So if you get the Genesis torpedo in here, does that mean I can fire it and get a whole new planet built? I can destroy a planet and build a whole new one. Oh, here's the bowl full of eels. Look at it. It's right there. They wanted to make sure you saw that bowl full of eels. Well, what's this thing then? Oh, I know what it is. I get what's going on. These are the little worms, and that's the stick. So you can pick up a worm and stick it in your ear, and then you can get control of you. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's not like a bowl of eels, like a bowl of cereal where he can eat them, and you know what I mean? No, it's those things that you stick in your ear that make you lose control of yourself, and then he can control you. You know, he's like, oh, I'm going to take over your body with an eel. Yeah, that's what that is. You know, this figure, Khan came out in the new Playmates thing, the re-release, the reissue, the redone modern ones, and this one looks a hell of a lot better than the new one. That's a problem. Yeah, they did a piss poor bad job on the new Star Trek figures. They're absolutely terrible. I opened up a couple and I was like, wow, these are really bad. And but this is better. Buy the old ones; they're better. So yeah, same card back as the other with Marta and Korg in them. Yeah, and then he's got a file card area here. Each one of these has a slightly different file card setup. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's go to what's next here. Get over there. All right, so the next thing we got some random Marvel here. So we have from Spider-Man, the animated series, we have the Spider Pincer, Alien Spider Slayer with twin torso spider pincers and gnarly jaw action. Yeah, that's what I want. Gnarly jaw action. Bring over your gnarly jaw action. I needed a second cup of coffee. Halfway through my first, definitely require another. TJ, how you doing, TJ? Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, TJ. Lord John, any vintage Joes on cardback pickup lately? No. But I am looking at one on online right now. I'm watching one on eBay because it's cheap. So we'll see if I get a carded Joe coming soon. I don't know. Gary's Grails. How you doing, Gary? Good morning. Oh, poor cat, gnarly jaw. Yeah, I know, poor cat. Yeah. So this guy is from the animated series Spider-Man line. Toy Biz. This is, what year is this? This is 1994 Toy Biz. And this is freaking awesome. It's like a crazy alien. Everything copied Aliens. Look at the tail. Look at the tail. And like these, it just totally copied the Alien franchise. Like, for some reason, you know, as soon as Aliens was like a hit, you know, I think it was because of Aliens, the second movie there, was like, everyone was like, oh, we got to make a million of these things. What about, let's do our own Alien. Let's, you know, and it's like, you can't, there's no denying that's like a total ripoff of the, you know, Alien franchise, you know. It's like, come on. You know, and everyone did it. Like, there was a DC one, there's a Marvel one, there's like, everyone did it. I mean, as an artist, wouldn't you be like, I can't do this. I just can't do this. You want me to rip off like I'd just be like, no, I can't do that. I can't rip off. Like I'd feel I'd feel shame as an artist to be like, yeah, I came up with those guys. like, I know it was a rip off. Alien Spider Slayer, created by criminal scientist Alistair Smythe to hunt down and eliminate Spider-Man. The Spidey Slayers are a series of lethal robotic constructs without pity or mercy. The Spider Slayer is equipped with additional pincer-like arms and a deadly stinging tail. Squeeze the alien's legs together and mouth opens and pincers close in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! And then we can collect them all. Oh, I'm bumping into the thing. Oh, no. What have I done? What have I done? All right, I'm bumping into the thing. Dr. Octopus with whipping tentacles. You can collect all these Spider-Man figures. Spider-Man with a web shooter. There is Alistair Smythe himself when he got mutated with double power punch. We got Venom with chomping jaws. Carnage with snap-on weapon hands. Look at that. Even back then he had the scythe and all that stuff. Spider-Man Web Racer. I don't know what that means. Hobgoblin with pumpkin bomb hurling action. Just don't throw them at your face. Kraven the Hunter. Vulture, who doesn't look like Vulture at all. He's the first one that doesn't look like he's supposed to look like, you know. The Alien Spider Slayer with twin torso spider pincers and snarly jaw. It's snarly, not gnarly, I guess. Spider-Man with web parachute. Peter Parker with a camera accessory. Kingpin with grab and smash action. Look how big he is compared to his head. His head is teeny tiny on there. And then we got the Lizard with lashing tail. That's cool. In all of these, haven't they redone all these now except for Smythe and Kraven in Marvel Legends format? They haven't done the Spider Slayer yet, have they? So yeah. And when they did Vulture, they did them more like the comics, not like this. This is the only one that's kind of a departure from the comics. They made him young because he's an old guy in the comics. They made him a young kid, I think, in this one. So because I don't think the animators must have thought kids aren't going to relate to an old man. We can't have some crazy old man flying around in a Vulture suit. Crazy old man flying around in a Vulture suit. So are you asking me to copy Geiger? Yeah, there you go. There you go. But didn't Geiger wasn't he actually in on the design of the aliens? You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think the aliens copied Geiger. I think Geiger actually designed the aliens. Unless that's what you meant. You probably meant that because you knew that. Yeah. So next up, look at these. We have a couple more. We got from Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four! Go for more! Fantastic Four! So yeah, from Fantastic Four, as seen on the Marvel Action Hour, Fantastic Four, let's go for more. Fantastic Four. The Invisible Woman. You can't see her, but she's really in there. She's if you look closely and carefully at the right angle, you might see a shimmer that'll tell you the action figure's right here. I know you can't see it. I know it's astounding, but it's right here. Just like you can right there. Can you make it out? That is the Invisible Woman action figure. And if you look real closely, you could see an invisible action stand an invisible shield that she can hang onto in her hands and act like she's got like an invisible shield. And the action stand has wheels on it so she can skate around for some reason. Rolling platform. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep it going, rolling. Fantastic Four with glitter action. Look at this. It's got like sparkle light beam action on the four, you know. So fantastic. This is from 1995, and we got all this cool features on there. Look at that. You got the shield like I was talking about. Invisible force shield. And she got like the magic, like the invisible power coming out of her head. Boo, 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 boo. That's how it does. It's the noise it makes when it comes out of her head. Boo, 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 boo. And yeah. Caught in a bombardment of intense cosmic radiation while on an experimental space flight, Susan Richards found herself endowed with the power to become transparent at will and the ability to form invisible force fields of incredible durability. Now, as a member of the Fantastic Four, Sue battles to defend humanity as the elusive Invisible Woman. So there you go. That's what happened. That's the skinny. Do they still say that? That's the skinny on Invisible Woman. That's probably so outdated. There's probably kids out there going, "Oh God, I can't believe he said that." So we have from Fantastic Four, we have Gorgon. Look at that. There's Gorgon. I don't think I have Gorgon. I have Dragon Man. I have the Human Torch. Both. There's two versions of Human Torch. I have both versions. We'll do Human Torch in a variant day. Thanos. Invisible Woman came in blue, like her suit, and she came invisible like this. So we'll do a variant on that one someday. That'll be a variant video. Fire Lord and Blastar. I think I have all of these except for Gorgon. I think I have to track down Gorgon. And there were, of course, the Thing, Mr. Fantastic. There was Atuma was in this series. Terrax. And you could get... I have Terrax. I have Atuma. I have the Thing. I think the Thing came in two different versions also. One with a coat and one without a coat. And then there's Mr. Fantastic. Oh, Namor. You can get Prince Namor also. I have Prince Namor. Prince Namor is a good one. I have him. He's cool. And then there were Iron Man figures as well with Iron Man cards. You got Iron Man with hologram armor that was in red and silver. Blizzard, Whirlwind, MODOK. MODOK. And then you had Iron Man in stealth armor. So it's all blue and black and stuff. Hawkeye and Iron Man with space armor. And he had a giant gun on his arm. Probably had a jetpack too, which is why he's space guy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And from the Iron Man line, we have this one. This is the cheapest Marvel figure you can get. I think Spider-Woman with psionic web hurling action. Believe it or not, I think this might be the cheapest carded figure that you can buy right now of all carded action figures. This is... I have a couple of these stored. I don't know what it is. If you go anywhere in the country that has carded Marvel Toy Biz figures, they're probably going to have this one on the shelf. I don't understand what happened, but it's been this way since we were kids. But they, for some reason, made 1,000 million times more of these. 1,000 million of them, yes. 1,000 million more of these than any other figure they ever made. And consequently, there's so many of them out there that these are now, I'm not kidding you, $1. Almost everywhere you go, they will be $1 because they've probably got 100 of them in the back room because they're just like, I can't get rid of these. No one wants them. So yeah, of course he threw this in because he's probably got 6 of them himself. I've got 3 or 4 of these myself, and he's probably got 4 or 5 of them too. So he's like, I'll throw in a Spider-Woman for the nostalgia, like. But yeah, this is, and I think it's a great looking figure. I'm not knocking the figure at all. I don't want to say this is a terrible figure. I think this is cool, and for some reason, I think it should be a higher value. I don't understand why it's only $1 and it's like no one, it's like considered a trash figure. But I think the card back looks cool. I like the Iron Man design. I like the figure itself. She's got cool web things and like a shield or whatever this is that comes with her. Look at that. And look at that outfit. It looks great. I think it looks great. Cool. Spider-Woman, single mother and Stark Enterprises vice president Julia Carpenter conceals a fantastic secret. She possesses the ability to weave psionic webs and has the strength, speed, and agility of a spider. Now, in the guise of Spider-Woman, Julia is determined to turn her astonishing abilities to the downfall of the Mandarin and his sinister schemes of conquest. So she can, like, you put the webs on, and you flip it up over, pull her arms back, press the button, and she throws the web. Look at that. She just goes, and it just like tosses the webs on their enemies. Psionic webs. Cool stuff. And then this one shows Iron Man with Hydro armor. That's yellow. I don't know why Hydro armor would be yellow and not blue. War Machine. Iron Man, regular. The Mandarin. Backlash. Spider-Woman and Grey Gargoyle. Now, I don't have the yellow one. And I don't have the regular Iron Man, but I've got War Machine. I've got a different Iron Man, not that one, but I've got Backlash, Spider-Woman, Grey Gargoyle, but I don't have the Mandarin. I can't. The reason I don't have the Mandarin is because whenever I do see him locally, the box is all crushed and ruined, and I want a nice looking. I should just buy one off eBay because you could probably get him for $10 on eBay, and it's going to be mint, you know. And then in the Fantastic Four line, you can get Black Bolt, the Thing. There's the Thing. Mole Man. Yeah, looks like Danny DeVito. Terrax, Mr. Fantastic, Silver Surfer, and Doctor Doom. I've got all these except Black Bolt. I don't think I have Black Bolt. So I'll have to go track down a Black Bolt. Pretty cool. Pretty neat anyways. I mean, like, yeah, I'm sure he knew that I already had that, but it's cool to look at them anyways. Refresh your memory. Refresh yourself on these cool. I love Marvel Toy Biz, and I don't care what anyone else wants to say about it, but I love it. It's my thing, and I'll always love it. Mr. B! Mr. B is here. Hey! He wanted that. There's nothing in that packet. the invisible woman, right? Yeah. How does he stay hidden? That's pure science. As far as I know, Geiger was the designer. Yeah. I like the motion lines showing the stand rolls. Yeah. Hand pink waving. Mr. B, John, not to change the subject, but it's $200 too much for a Yoda with the brown snake. Appears to be it's in an acrylic case. If it's in the acrylic case, is it graded? If it's graded, that's a good price. My brown snake Yoda now, but I was doing auctions. Wait, was brown snake Yoda an auction? Oh, I got my phone. I don't know. I think it was $98 for my brown snake Yoda, and he had everything except the cane. So it was without a cane. He had the cloak and the belt and the brown snake. $98 is what I got him for. I can't remember. I did the brown-haired Luke, the Snapcake Luke, the the Snow Trooper with the short snout, the Yoda. I did like 4 or 5 Uncle Gundy and Kia Mall. I did all these figures at the same time with my tax return money, and I can't remember which ones I got from Facebook groups from people in the club and which ones I got off eBay off the top of my head right now. But I do remember that my Brown Snake Yoda was $98, but he's loose. He's not an acrylic case, and it does not have the cane. And the cane itself will sell for $30 to $50. So if you had the cane, that'd be probably $150, let's say, with the cane. So I would say $150 or less is a good price for a complete Brown Snake Yoda. But if it's graded in the acrylic case, it could double that. So $200 is probably perfect for one that's graded in an acrylic case. Yeah, it all depends on condition too, because my Yoda, you can see on the feet, it looks like he was played with a little bit. So it's not 100% mint either. So, but I just wanted the brown snake. So, yeah. But I mean, to be fair, I've seen just the brown snake sell for almost $100 too. So, you know what I mean? It's probably $200 is probably not out of the range no matter what, but it's probably the higher end of that range. You know what I mean? Maybe you know. Spider-Woman looks like she has a tutu on. Okay, I see. It looks like she has a tutu on. Rolando, how you doing, Rolando? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Rolando, good morning, Rolando. No, not graded. I kind of thought the same. Yeah, I would say that's the higher end of the price. Is the cane different color for the Brown Snake Yoda? There are different color canes, but I would have to go look in the Kenner book by Greg and Gianni, the Ultimate Kenner book, to see which one was supposed to go with the brown snake. Because I have 3 canes now for Yoda, and one is light brown and 2 of them are dark brown. So there are 2 different color canes for the Yoda. There might even be 3 different colors. And we'd have to go look that up in Greg and Gianni's book, the Ultimate Kenner Star Wars Guide, to make sure I have the right cane with the right snake. But I know there are at least 2 different color canes, so yeah. It appears to be, but the price, yeah. I mean, I agree. I think it's on the higher end. It's probably not it's probably not out of, like, it's probably not absurd to pay $200, but it is the higher end of that range, I would say, right? Yeah. I think I'd be more comfortable if he went 150. You know what I mean? If you could get it closer to 150, 160, it'd probably be a better price, you know, but there are, like, I know there's a couple of them. I was watching some on eBay and stuff, so there are a few out there around, but I'll tell you though, the brown snake seems to be more prevalent in the UK than it is over here. Because I know some people in the UK have found the brown snake for $20 to $40, 40 pounds. So they found them for 40 pounds, and which might be what, like 60 or 70 US. So, and then you got to get it shipped over here. So then by the time you're done, you're close to that $100 mark anyways. But so yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? I got to start writing this stuff down, because after, like I said, I bought so many figures back to back that I'm starting to lose track of which, because, like, I know 2 of them I got for really cheap. They were all around $100, but I got 2 of them, like, I think it was Kia Mall was $44, and I previously said I thought the Wicket that I got for Ewoks was around $50, but I think he was around 100, and I think the $50 one, I think I made a mistake, and the $50 one was the biker scout with the short nose. And I think that the Ewok was more. I got it in my phone, all because I saved everybody's, because I had the tracking and all that to follow them. So I saved everything in my phone. But right now my phone is the other camera. So, but yeah, I think I screwed up. I think last time I said that I paid 50 for the Ewok, but I think I was mistaken. I think I paid 50 for the biker scout, and the Ewok was 100. But I don't know. I bought too many at a time. Yeah. That I need Joey's spreadsheet. You're right. From the Padawan collector, I need Joey's spreadsheet, and I need to put everything in there exactly, because he did a great job making that, and then he gave it out to the public so we could use it. Yeah, that's a lot cheaper if you weigh the cost. Yeah. So if you do know somebody over there, because I got the snap cape, I got the snap cape Luke, because also the Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight with the snap cape, it has a snap on the cape, is more prevalent in the UK, and I got him sent over from the UK for right around $90 after you factored in the change in paying for shipping. And that was cheaper. Like if you buy a snap cape in the United States, you're going to spend $200 on it. So it was cheaper to buy one in the UK and have it sent over. And the same with the brown-haired Luke Skywalker, the first Luke from Star Wars. The first Luke from Star Wars had had brown hair. And in the States, we got a lot of them with yellow hair. It's harder to find the brown hair in the States. And again, I bought that from the UK, and he's still on a boat. It actually said it landed in Georgia. I looked yesterday morning. So hopefully sometime this week that Luke will show up. But I got him for right around $100 also from someone in the UK shipping him over. Because here in the United States, if you buy a brown-haired Luke, he's going to be $300 or $400, So there's more of them in the UK. Some of these variants, there's a lot more in the UK than there are in the United States. So you kind of have to find someone who's willing to go hunting for you over there, and you send them some money and say, this is how much you got to go hunting with, or just have a few people keeping an eye out for you, or you know what I mean? Or look on UK forums like Facebook groups and stuff and try to find them. A Death Star gunner and a Jawa to complete. You mean the Death Squad commander? The Death Star gunner is the last 17. Last 17. Speeder bike, but no scout. Yeah, speeder bike's awesome. And a saber for Vader. I don't think I have any extra Jawas. I might have an extra Death Squad commander, but I told Rolando first. I got to take care of Rolando first. So there's a pile of boxes right here, and on the bottom box is my extra Star Wars figures that when we went through when we did when we were looking at them all on Vintage Mornings here, and they went in a box after we were done looking at them. The extras did. And I told Rolando when I get to clearing out this set of boxes sometime in the next couple weeks that I would pull out the extras and give Rolando first dibs because he's trying to put together a set. So if I have an extra Death Star guy, I'll let you know, Mr. B, because I probably have like 20 of that guy. I don't know. So the gray suit with the black helmet, I think is what you're talking about. All right, let's move on. So we got one more thing to look at, one more group before we get to the Hercules figures. We've been an hour in and we're not even talking Hercules yet. So this is another really cool variant set, which is awesome because I also want to do this one on a variant video, and that is the original Spawn. Dude, I have not seen this. When I pulled this out of the box, it brought back memories. I was like, holy shit. Like, wow. I and I was shocked because my memory of this action figure was that it was a piece of crap if you opened it up and looked at it. Like it was Todd McFarlane's very first foray into action figures, and they're pretty much statues, and my memory of them, I'm not saying they are, okay, I should say my memory of them was that they were garbage. You know what I mean? But I pulled this out of the box and I was like, holy crap, this thing looks freaking cool as hell. Like, I want to open one of these and play with him because look at how awesome that looks. Look at that cape. And the cape folds around his body. It's got these like fold joints so it can fold around him and fling open and stuff. He's got a wooden plank with a nail in it as a weapon, and you got to hook these. I think the chains hook on the front for the cape. But this looks freaking cool as hell, I think. And it comes with Spawn #1 comic book. Like, what? Flying cape has swing open action. But yeah, I think this looks badass. This looks so cool. And yeah, you can see, I mean, look at the way they did the paint. You can tell it was like the first attempts at making action figures. It's not perfect, but like I specifically remember this guy. Like, he had almost no posability, and he was like a hollow shell. It was like in this one too, it was just like a hollow chunk of plastic that basically had no posability. And there was Violator, Medieval Spawn, and Overkill. Yeah. He had a meter, a parking meter as a weapon. Cape swings open and closes. Remove chains from his waist and place in Spawn's right hand. Oh, he has another weapon. Or place a weapon in hand. So the chains can come off and become a weapon. Ooh. So yeah, we got Spawn. But the cool thing, the reason I wanted to use Spawn for a future version of let's take a look at some variants, famous variants through history, was because Spawn also came with his mask off, and you got this stitched up face with burned. So there was an alternate head version floating around out there. And not only that, but look at this. There's Spawn Action Alley. The Spawn Mobile. That'd be cool to get, right? It's a dragster looking. And a Violator monster rig. These have to be like, I've never seen these for sale anywhere. They have to be like really hard to find, I bet. I bet no one bought them back then, and they're super hard to find now. But the interesting thing about this is there was a third chase variant on this one. So these were pretty common. Both of these are pretty common. If my memory is right, G-Force helped me out with this, but if my memory was right, these two were fairly common. And then this was the chase one. What they called hamburger head Spawn or worm head Spawn, where he's grinning. He's got the face grinning. And his suit is more blue instead of black. See that? Can you see that? It's more blue instead of black. So this was the one that everyone's special limited edition chase variant. Everyone was searching for it. Wherever he got it, it was $30 at the time. It's not $30 today, I bet. I bet it's $10. It's like... Yeah, he bought this in 1997. There it is. In 1997, this was a $30 chase figure. So imagine that by today's money. That would have been around $100, right? Like, yeah. Same package on the back and everything, but it had this chase variant version. Wow. That's cool. That's cool. I don't think I have this version. I actually don't. I know I have these in a box somewhere, but I might not have this version right now. But this is cool because now I don't have to go again. I don't have to go digging in the box. I can use this in one of the variant videos, and I don't have to go digging and searching right now. I can, because I want to do more of these. I was gonna go into Star Wars, but I might. Well, maybe I'll break it up. I'll do some Star Wars variants and then come back to these in a future video down the road. Ed 5 showed up. Hey, Ed 5. Good day, Super John. Yeah, absolutely. First come, first serve. Thanks, John. Much appreciated. Yeah, black helmet, gray uniform. The spawn bubbles get yellowed. They do get yellowed. Yeah, they do. Yes. Did the original Java come with a vinyl or cloth? I thought it was vinyl. It was vinyl until I think it was only vinyl for a couple months, maybe even a month at the most, and then they turned it into a cloth cape for don't worry, it's coming. Here, I'll put one out. It's next. It's right here. Hercules. There we go. Yeah. Lobot, keep me on. We got an hour. We went an hour without even talking about Hercules, basically. You happen I dropped my daughter off. I just got home. Mr. B, vinyl was the original. Vinyl's too expensive. Don't go to vinyl. I wouldn't get that. That's $3,000. Just get the regular cloth cape and be happy. That's I've only had 2 old spawn. I have to closely inspect the Yoda. Now I'm thinking investment. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a good investment. I think it's only going to go up. Yeah, hamburger face is the variant. I have the original spawn. I'll give you $12. I'm not going to sell them. I'm not selling them. I'm keeping all this stuff. I like it. Yeah. So yes, we are now under Hercules, the legendary journeys. I don't. That's not the music for Hercules, is it? But this. Oh, look at this guy. He looks crazy. His face. Look at his face. What the hell? That's not. It's supposed to be Ares, the god of war. It's like, no, it isn't. But then look, he's got a little tiny grin under this mask, yellow face with eyes. That looks. I don't know why it's making me laugh so much, but it looks ridiculous if you ask me. That's why I love these figures from the 90s. It's just like, what were you thinking? Like, this is. And he's like, is he a half robot? Is he half robot and half? Because he's got interchangeable weapons that clip on like freaking trap jaw. You know what I mean? Like this, it's like, what the hell? That's the craziest looking God of War I've ever seen. And Ares didn't look like that in the TV show. He was a human being. He was a guy. They had an actor playing Ares. He was a normal guy. He didn't look like this. Oh, this is, yeah. What are we going to use in medieval times? Let's make a giant robot, half minotaur guy with yellow face, red eyes, with detachable weapons, like Trapjaw. Sir, yeah, that makes no sense because he's a. This is like medieval times, sort of, like, mythic gods. And so what? They could build robots back then. No. Oh, I love it. He's chunky. He weighs a lot. This guy weighs a ton. He is solid. But yeah, not one I would open. Let's keep this on card. I'm gonna. Oh, look! See, I knew they had giant monsters. The Hydra, Echidna, and Cerberus, the three-headed monster dog. We're gonna have to track down some of these monsters. Look at them! Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to track down some monsters to fight our action figures. Ares, the god of war, is one of the greatest enemies of Hercules. Ares will stop at nothing, pitting brother against brother, if necessary, to create war among mortals so that he may feed on their hatred and bloodshed. Plug-on Blade. Plug-on Blade can be replaced with a giant sword. Okay. Oh, boy. Half man, half god, all hero. Be a hero and collect them all. Mom, it says I'll be nothing if I don't collect all these figures. I want to be a hero and be someone who's right. So I have to get all these action figures. Otherwise, Toy Biz says I'm a loser. They said it right here. You're only a hero if you collect them all. So I don't want to be a loser. So Toy Biz made me a loser by not collecting all these figures, Mom. So you got to go buy them all. We can get Hercules with iron-spiked spinning mace, Aeolus with a catapult battle gear, a Minotaur with a mobilizing sludge mask. Okay. Hercules with a Herculean assault blade. What the? Look at these freaking blades. We got to get that one and open it. Does he fling those things around? Like, whoosh, that'd be awesome. He's got to have some flip action that make those things fly around. We got to get that one and open him up. Oh, maybe he's in the pile. Ares with detachable weapons of war. Xena, warrior princess with weaponry. Look, okay. Doesn't she go like, ah, la, 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 yeah, and like jump around and attack people? Hercules with archery combat assault set. Look at that. Oh, this is awesome. Hercules. Okay, what's next? Ooh, look at this. We have a centaur. Oh, there we go. That is cool. Look at that. It's got actual real horse hair. No horses were killed in the act of making this action figure. Centaur with big horse kick. He wasn't on the back of the box. What is this? They just got extra figures that no one... Look, he's got a club, like a spiked club. And I assume you can turn him facing forward once you open the box. But he's got like dreads or braided hair and stuff. Now this looks like a centaur. This is how a centaur is supposed to look. What is it with Ares? Why does he look like a giant robot monster thing? And this looks like a normal centaur, you know? Oh man, there's supposed to be like series 2. I get what's going on here. Because now we got Mole Man with exploding body. Hercules with a dual sword strike action. And he comes with a cape. That's a cool one. The She-Demon with stone strike tail. I saw this episode. I just saw this. I watched it. After these showed up, I watched a couple episodes of the Legendary Journeys on one of the street. I think it's on Amazon Prime. And I saw the episode with her in it. She turned Aeolus to stone. And then Hercules had to go in the cave, and he had to trick her. If she touched you with that tip of the tail, you would turn to stone. So he had to trick her into touching herself with that tail. And then once she touched herself, she turned to stone. And then we have Hercules with... Yeah, I know how that sounded. Hercules with chain-breaking strength. And we have the centaur with big horse kick, which is what we got here. And he's still sideways in the freaking picture. But then in addition to the Hydra, Echidna, and Cerberus, we also have Gragas, whatever the hell that is. Oh, we got to get this one. The stim blah 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 bird. The stimphalian bird. Whatever the crap that is. Why didn't you could just say dragon? That's what I would say. Like, why even have this crazy name? So yeah, we got this weird dragon thing. That'd be cool. I gotta get that. And then a labyrinth snake. The snake looks good too. I mean, we should track these down. We got to track some of this stuff down. This is cool looking. These are cool monsters. I want them. I want them. I want them. All right, let's put him over here. Let's get the next one. The next one we got is, oh, this guy looks cool. Look at this guy. This is a goblin dude, like an orc. Yeah, we got like an orc guy with a spinning shield of death with like balls with spikes on them and a hammer with spikes on it. Olympus Games Mesomorph Shield Attack Action. What the crap? I'm getting too warm. I gotta take my sweatshirt off. Over there. He looks cool. That's a good goblin, like orc looking guy. Like if you need to army build orcs for something, this is one to consider using because that's a cool looking guy. Yeah. Oh, so we have another series called the Mount Olympus Games. This thing just keeps expanding on and on. So we have Mesomorph with shield attack action, Atlanta with spear shooting weapon rack, Discus Hercules with disc launcher, and Salmonius. Yes, I remember him from the show. Light up Olympic torch thing. So, yeah, so it says the Mesomorph was created by Ares to destroy Hercules at the first Olympic Games. One drink of Ares' special blood transformed an ordinary soldier into this hideous, deadly creature. Will Hercules be strong enough to defeat this superhuman foe and save the Olympics? Square off with Hercules and find out for yourself. Okay. I think he saves the day, if you ask me, because we still have the Olympics to this day. Like this was real. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like there was a Series 1, a Series 2, and then an Olympic Games series. So there's 3 different series to go for. Oh, look, here's Aeolus. Aeolus himself is right here. Oh, this is great. This looks really good. We got our first hero in the bunch. Aeolus with purple cloth goods. This looks a lot like Cannonball, or I bet these are reused parts from Marvel Toy Biz. This body and legs look so familiar. Like I think those are boots from Gambit, right? Those are Gambit, but Cannonball's upper body. Like it looks like a mishmash of Marvel figures turned into Hercules figures. I think it is. That's funny. So it looks like we got a backpack that goes on, this little suit, and it has 2 little cups to put these spiked balls in, and it must shoot the spiked balls out, and he's got a samurai katana there. All right. Catapult battle gear. Yeah, so you put the battle gear on, and then it catapults those rocks out. Pull back the catapult with finger and release to fire spiked balls. Although not a half-god like Hercules, Aeolus is nonetheless a hero in his own right, brave and fast. Aeolus fights side by side with Hercules, slaying monsters and defending innocents. Aeolus would lay his life on the line for his best friend Hercules. I think when the series ended, he actually did lay his life on the line. I think Aeolus dies at the end of the series, the entire series, like in season 5 or 6 or something, saving Hercules. So he really did lay his life on the line. Spoiler! I've ruined the whole show. It's all done. We're taking a break. We're looking at the chat. Let's go back to the chat. Where are we here? Good news, everyone. I found a new place to rent, but it'll be a week or so before I get settled. Yes, Ed5. So good to hear. You're not going to be homeless. Awesome. 3,000. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. I paid 20 for my brown snake. Yeah, shut up, Geek Strong. That was 10 years ago. Where'd those tiny skulls come from? Dina had a throwing disc blade, didn't she? Yeah, a round one. Yeah, just like this. Yep. I think the second version of Xena comes with that throwing disc. We might have the second version. I think I saw it in here. Good afternoon, lovelies. Hello, Miss Deddy. How you doing? Enjoying my Tim slams. Check out cool extras, my friends. Pretty good Sunday. Yes, it is. Yes. I always love these Sundays. 1 hour until breakfast. I have the same problem when I touch myself. I make myself bigger. Lunchtime. Oh, nice. Yeah. Be careful. They say that you go blind. You'll go blind. Yeah, spoiler alert. Flex, I also have a couple of Xenofigs and Hercules. That catapult looks like a way to catch a spike ball in the back of the head. Yeah, it does, right? No toys in fitness, so take your time. All right. Got you, Tam-Tams, G-Force. Keep on collecting it. All right. We'll go back to these. We got, so the next one we got is, here she is, Atlanta. Oh, I recognize her now. So there was, this actually is cool. There was also an episode of Hercules that I watched. Oh, what the hell? I thought they were standing up, and now they're not standing up. Stay. So I watched an episode of Hercules because when I got these, I went they're on Amazon Prime, and there was a warrior girl who was the blacksmith of town, and Hercules walked in. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking for the blacksmith," and this girl turns around and goes, "I am the blacksmith," and she was like all hot and bothered about seeing Hercules and stuff, and Hercules was like, "Oh, no, I'm not interested." Because for some reason Hercules isn't interested in any of the girls he meets in the TV show. I don't. He's Hercules. What the hell? He's not like Captain Kirk who'd be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, ladies?" No. He's just like, nope. I'm Hercules. I have to stay, celibate or whatever. So, anyways, but so that's what this girl is. She was the blacksmith. Yeah. I mean, it's funny that I can just recognize her from the toy. That's crazy because she was super muscular. She had to be like a famous bodybuilder or someone. The actress who played her, because she is massively built in the show. It's like crazy. Mount Olympus gains Atlanta spear shooting weapon rack. That looks cool. So she's got 2 swords and this cool weapon spear thing. These went all the way down to $3.99 at KB Toys back in the day. So it says the Hellenes had always heard that the Spartan women were tough, but Atlanta's strength is positively Olympic. As a blacksmith, she used her strength to forge metal into weapons. See, I wasn't lying. Blacksmith, I recognized her. By helping Hercules with the first Olympics, she's showing the young Hellenes and Spartans that you are better that there are better ways to prove your merit than fighting. Q. That's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so there must be a future episode where Hercules goes to fight in the Olympic Games and she comes back to reprise her role and help him out. So that'd be cool. I'll have to look for that episode. I gotta watch more Hercules now after this, you know? It's actually not a bad show. I enjoyed going back and rewatching a couple episodes, and there might be a Jeopardy question later today about it. So, Jeopardy today will have Adventurous Joe versus John Joker, and last minute entry Chris 1000th Ghost has agreed to play and take on Adventurous Joe. So it's going to be a clash of the Titans. Even John Joker said, "Oh, so now I'm guaranteed to get last place," because he was like, Adventurous Joe has been getting every question right in the chat that the contestants don't know, and then Chris 1000th Ghost, as we know, is a powerhouse of 80s and 90s trivia related to toys, comics, and cartoons and games and stuff. So I think it's going to be a real clash of the Titans today with Chris versus Adventurous Joe, and John Joker's kind of there. But yeah, even John said that. He goes, "So I'm just going to be there to be a body now. I don't have a chance." And I was like, "Oh, come on, you can." There's one category especially that John Joker should do good in, because I do have a category related to Batman's Joker. So we'll see if John really knows his stuff about the Joker. So here she is. This is what I wanted. When we were looking at the back of the box, I was like, I want this figure, and we got her. She-Demon with stone strike tail. So this little tip of the tail here. Yeah, I turned to stone for a few minutes because I touched the tip of her tail. Sorry about that. Luckily, it wore off. We can continue with the stream. But yeah, don't touch the tip of her tail or she'll turn you into stone. And there's actually stone to put over your figure. So you put it over his head. So we can put this over Aeolus's head and he will have turned to stone. That's a cool little add-on, cool gimmick. So she has a pullback spring-loaded tail of She-Demon, and to press a button at the rear of the figure to attack. You could pull it back and go, and it snaps into action, turning your action figures into stone. This was a good episode. There was so many people out in the field all turned to stone. And then Aeolus goes in to try and stop her, and he gets turned to stone, and then Hercules shows up and he's like, "Oh no, my friend Aeolus has been turned to stone. What will I do?" And he goes into the cave and he fights the She-Demon and tricks her into touching herself. And once she touches herself, it sounds terrible, right? She turns into stone. So if you're a She-Demon, don't touch yourself or you'll turn to stone. That's the lesson. And so she got turned to stone. And when she got turned to stone, everyone who was previously turned to stone came back to life. They got unstoned. So Aeolus was totally fine. He just was "Oh my gosh, I was turned to stone for a while." And they're like, "Nope, now you're fine." So he was in a state of suspended animation. So what made me think was what about people who were turned to stone years ago? Did they pop back and be "What the hell? It's 10 years later. What the..." They were totally perfectly preserved while turned to stone. And they just suddenly back 10 years later. They got to go track down their wife and kids and be "Well, I was turned to stone for a while." And the wife's "Well, I moved on and married this other guy. And now we have 3 kids and your kids are over there in the barn with the pigs, being raised by pigs. That's what happened. In medieval times, if you got divorced and had kids with the new person, your old kids went to live with the pigs. That's true. Go look it up. I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but sure, that's what happened. Okay, we're moving on. There's She-Demon. The lesson here is don't touch yourself. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's two of them. We have Xena. We have both Xenas. Da-da-da. So here's the first Xena. Xena Warrior Princess. As seen in the popular TV series. With a sword and shield. With Warrior Princess weaponry, it says. That's pretty neat. She's got a punchy hand. So it says, Xena, once in love with conquest and destruction, now fights for the side of good. Using her master of weaponry, the beautiful and cunning Xena courageously battles mortals, gods, demigods, and monsters, heroically protecting the downtrodden from the forces of evil. Twist the front of shield to extend blades from both sides. Ooh. So Xena shows up a couple times in, if I remember correctly, she shows up a couple times in Hercules first. I think first she's a slave girl, and Hercules and Aeolus rescue her. And then in another episode, she comes back as a warrior, in charge of a warrior gang that she vanquished because of the slavery trade that she was in. And she takes over, and she's not a good guy. She's become evil, like taking control of this gang. And Hercules and Aeolus stop her. And then she comes back where she makes Aeolus fall in love with her through some kind of potion. And she tries to take out Hercules by splitting Aeolus and Hercules' friendship apart. And then I think in the end, after encountering Hercules and Aeolus a couple times, she says, you know what? Being a bad guy isn't really all that good. So she turns to the side of good and becomes a good guy and gets her own spin-off TV show. So it becomes Xena the Warrior Princess traveling around doing good with Gabrielle. Yeah. So there's Xena number 2 with warrior disguise outfit, and there's the signature weapon that Xena used, the spiral blade. But this one is a bow and arrow one. And look at those arrows though. Those are not normal arrows. I don't think you can put these in a bow and arrow and expect a thing with that size of a blade on it to shoot. What the hell? That's not an arrow. That's like a war pike. You use that with shields. You don't put it in a bow, but they want you to use it in a bow as a bow and arrow. So, yeah, look at that. They do. They put it in there like it's a bow and arrow. To remove Xena's... What? Why do you want to take her clothes off? They tell you how to strip your Xena naked. To make your Xena naked, remove Xena Princess Warrior outfit, slide the civilian over her head, snap together over waist to cover with civilian disguise. All right. Load arrow and bow is shown. Pull back and fire. Insert arrow. Yeah. So it actually will fire. It looks like the string on it. It's like a stretchy string. Oh, I can see it now. It's a clear, stretchy string on there that you can... It'd probably break right now if we tried it. Yeah, there she is. Lucy Lawless. Born in a time when gods ruled the earth, its people cried out for a hero. Out of the chaos, Xena arose. A princess by birth, Xena used her wisdom of battle and spirit of courage to protect the innocence of her land. Now, Xena Warrior Princess wages a one-woman war against anything that will stand in the way of truth or justice. That's not true because Gabrielle goes with her. It's a two-woman war because it's Xena and Gabrielle. If you watch the show, she takes Gabrielle everywhere with her. So, one-woman war, my foot. Oh, look, here's another. We got two. Do you want to open one? Should we open one? Should we play with one? Oh, and then look at this guy, the Minotaur. Minotaur with goo to put on their head. And the goo looks like it has a face on it. See it? It's hollow, so you can put it over someone's head. You can actually put the goo on somebody's head. That is so cool. Look, it's got clip-on. Are these for the hands? Do you clip this on the hands? Like they're battle, or they go on the legs? No, they got to go on the hands, right? They're like battle gauntlets or something. That's cool. He was at Woolworths for $6.99. Remember Woolworth stores? I remember Woolworth. Oh yeah, they do. Look at. You can look at him. Here he is right there, the Minotaur, and they go on his hands. Yeah, they go on the arms. So yeah. So yep, the goo goes on someone's head. Place sludge mask over Hercules, Aeolus, or Xena to immobilize them. Gryphus, fathered by Zeus, was fair of face but evil inside. He used his incredible beauty to turn people against the gods and each other. As punishment, Zeus made Gryphus as ugly as his heart was by transforming him into a minotaur, a man with the head of a bull. No! Gryphus, you were such a jerk that now you look like a hideous bull creature. And he's got a cloth goods skirt. That's cool. This is actually a cool action figure. I want to play with this one. That's neat. I like some of these. So some of these I really think are really cool. Like I'd like to play around and open some of them. So why don't we open the where is the centaur? Oh, he's right here. He's hiding up top. So we have two centaur figures. Wonder which. Oh, this packaging is worse. This one's crushed in the bottom corner. The packaging of this one is crushed in the bottom corner, so we should open that one if we're going to open one. Let's take a look online real quick and make sure that if I do open one of these and we look at them, we're not opening something that's worth $10,000. I'm sure that's not the case, but we better be sure before we do and go, oops, look what we did. Yeah. Oh, is Bill here? Happy birthday, TJ. Oh, I've started something. Tam Tams are penguin. What? Happy birthday, TJ. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. They are not penguins. You can't do a slam with it. I don't know what's going on. Wait, you became rock solid. Geez, stop hanging out with Dan. Bad influence. You have a 1 in. Hello, Bill. Weird, fantastic toy adventures. Nothing bad. I've heard a lot worse. Bill. Everyone's saying hello to Bill. Xena looks better as a figure. Xena and Gabriel just subbed. Look at that. Got a new sub for Bill. Naked Xena. Straight to the lady shelf. Yeah. No Xena or Hercules. Cosmic Toys has Xena. Blue Sasquatch, how you doing, Blue? What's up? What's up? Trying to catch up on chat. Nah, you're good. It's not worth more than $20. All right, they're telling me I can open them. All right. I'm here. I miss White Shadow. Hercules, where's Newt? Love John trying to decode the chat. I know, right? Yeah. Especially when you're behind, you didn't catch like what started it, you know. All right, so let's give. I will give this one an open. We will let's check one of these out and look at its action features. Oh my gosh, we're opening vintage, or is this a classic from the 90s? We're opening an extreme figure because it's 90s. So these are extreme. This was the extreme era. Extreme action figures. Look at that card back. It looks great, right? Beautiful. Better see. All right, he's got a club. Get the club out here. All right, we got to make some room, I think, here. Let me move some of this stuff. Gotta move some of this stuff here. We got to make some room. Oh no. Everything toppled over. Why is the Jurassic Park theme in my head? Oh, She-Demon was cool, yeah. Come on. Ares. Get over here, Ares. You don't need to be out there. We're going to put a few of them up, like, around. Like, so we got Aeolus here. We'll put the Minotaur up there. Let's take the Goblin away. We're going to put the She-Demon out here. Yeah, there we go. She-Demon. Minotaur and Xena. Yeah, okay. Where'd the guy go? Where did he go? All right, so he can put his legs out. So he can stand up on his own. Look at that. Can I zoom in with this? Is this camera zoom inable? Does that do anything? That doesn't zoom in, does it? No, it doesn't zoom in. Okay, maybe we'll push it forward. Let's try this. We'll push it forward, tilt it down a little bit. There we go. That's as far as I can go with a fake zoom. So yeah, look at him. He is a cool centaur. Wow. Yeah. So he does have realistic horsehair. Look, you can comb it and pat it and keep it nice and squeeze it and love it and hug it. And so he's got the waist twist here. Look at that. And he can move his arms up and down. And he's got elbow joints. So you got pretty good movement of your guy here. We're going to hit you over the head with a club. His head turns a little bit. And then we got all four legs that move. Oh, there's even joints on the... Oh, look at that. There's joints on the legs of the horse, too. Well, this has a lot more articulation than I thought. Like, you'd be like, whatever horses say when they rear themselves up. We're going to get you, you know. Oh, these are the... Oh, look, these have the kick action. Hold on. There we go. So here comes. Oh, who do we got here? Okay, we're gonna have to grab. I hate this music. Shut up. He goes over and kicks him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you got to deal with it." No, I don't. Get you out of here, you bantha plane horn guy thing. The hell? Yeah. Can he kick? Can he kick a dinosaur? Let's see if he can kick a dinosaur. He's going to come in. Hi, I'm a dinosaur. Let me kick you. Oh, it doesn't do anything. I can't kick you. Oh, I almost had you. Yes, there we go. Ha ha. You little. Oh, he got back up. And the dinosaur's like, I'm not taking any more of this. He stabbed me with his horns. No. And we in the psych, whatever this thing is. What was this again? Centaur. The centaur's dead, and he's like, haha! I have vanquished him. Now I am Hercules. Do to do do to do. He goes off being Hercules the Triceratops, and he's forever immortalized in our minds. And now we think to this day, instead of Kevin Sorbo being on the packaging, it's now going to be a Triceratops, you know, and everyone's going to be like, that's a Mandela effect. Do you guys remember when it used to be Kevin Sorbo was Hercules and now it's a Triceratops? Oh boy. You guys just, people must think I'm crazy or something. I don't get it. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right. There we go. We had fun with that, right? Yeah, didn't we? Centaur to the kick. John's Playhouse. Pee-wee's had nothing on John's Playhouse. Comb it. And Dauntless Kid, creep me on. Kid, yeah, kid. Let them breathe. Oh no, you opened the rare one. I'm going to watch old 60s Mighty Hercules after this stream. Yeah. Now I have Jurassic Park in my head. See, there you go. Were you in it, Dino? Dino was in the 60s Hercules. Don't mind me just having a mild heart attack as a 30-year-old X-Figure is being desecrated. I'm trying to keep calm. Sacrifice for your enjoyment. R.I.P. Carded Figure. I sacrificed him to the toy gods. Comet. He's hung like a human. I'm thinking about Spaceballs now. Playtime with Super John. Please put your ring on. We don't think you're crazy. No, he's just nuts. He's crazy. Oh boy. All right. Let's see what. So we looked at them all. That's all the Hercules I got. Oh wait, I don't think we looked at this thing. Did you guys? I put this off to the side. I forgot. Look at this. We also have Angela from Spawn. Isn't that cool? And I think this is the first Angela. Deluxe Ultra Action Figures, Todd McFarlane, from their best-selling comic book. Was Angela first appeared in Spawn number 9, if I remember right? Spawn number 9. Removable sword, fits in hand, staff fires, spear. And I believe there's a million variants of Angela. And I'd have to look them up, but I don't know what everything was. But I think there's a bunch. Yeah, this was series 2, so you could get Bad Rock, Chapel, Commando Spawn, Angela, and Malbolgia. Malbolgia, I think it's super big. It's like a gigantic. Oh, and there's Pilot Spawn. Yeah, they threw him in there. They didn't have him in the picture with the rest, so they just put him in his own picture. But I think this one comes in a big square box. He's gigantic, and he was the one to find when we were younger. Like no one could find Malbolgia. I remember that. It wasn't Chapel on. So when Spawn was a living human being, Chapel was a human in his unit. I think they were partners in a unit, if I remember the story right. And was his name Al? Was it Al Simmons? Is that who Spawn is? I think Spawn's real name is Al when he was a human. And Al and Chapel were in the same unit in like the war and stuff, you know? And I think something happened where Chapel had to say like, Al, you got to go without me or something. And then Chapel was captured, and the bad guys like ripped his face off down to the bone. Like Chapel's face is not painted with the skeleton on it. It's actually his real face. Like they ripped his skin off down to the bone. So Chapel's like somehow alive with nothing but bone on his head, like his face. I don't know. And so then, like when he finds out that Spawn comes back to life as, like Al Simmons came back to life as Spawn, Chapel goes after Spawn to take his revenge because of what like Al left him to do. But then I think they end up becoming friends again in the comic, and they patch things up. They're like, you know, let's let bygones be bygones. That stuff happened in the past. I'm now a demi-demon working for Satan, and you are a killer mercenary with no face. So we can put all that behind us. I think we're even, you know, and they become friends again. Spawn Mobile, which I wouldn't mind getting. The Violator Monster Rig again. Spawn Alley, there it is not in a drawing. I want to get that. That would be really. I wonder how much that is. Spawn Air Cycle. Ooh, look at that thing. We should get that too. And then the Violator Chopper, which includes Violator. Oh, this includes a Spawn, and this includes a Violator figure. So wait a minute. Instead of having this is, I love this. This feeds into Todd McFarlane's ego. He does have an ego. He's a pretty good guy with an ego. Yeah. Instead of having a file card on the back for Angela, there's a file card for Todd McFarlane himself, the creator of Spawn. Like, oh God, what? After successful award-winning stints on such characters as Batman and the Hulk, Todd took Spider-Man to new heights in both sales and style-wise. His latest creation, Spawn, has crossed the boundaries from comic book to upcoming movie, television, and video game projects. In 1994, he created the toy company Todd's Toys, which is not really Todd's Toys, it's McFarlane Toys now, and has day-to-day involvement in the design of all products produced. I don't think he has day-to-day involvement anymore, does he? I mean, does he? I don't know. But there's no doubt. Oh yeah, it did say Todd Toys back then. Look at that. Where now it is totally McFarlane Toys. Yeah. Interesting. I never noticed that before. But there is no doubt that Todd McFarlane knows what he's doing, and this toy company, McFarlane Toys, has become a premier toy, company, a real company, and you know what I mean. They've got multiple licenses, including DC right now, and he has become a force, I guess we could say. You know what I mean, in the toy industry. So not only has he conquered comics, but he's conquered the toy industry as well. I really do think that he knew what he was doing. He had an eye for business. All joking aside with his ego and everything, I think he deserves it. The guy definitely knew what he was doing, and yeah, pretty cool. I know I have some Angela figures in a box somewhere with all my other Spawn figures, but yeah, it'll be cool. I'm thinking about, because this is a really damaged package, and you can hear it's practically off. This whole side is like off the card, so I don't want to finish opening it right now because I want to make sure that I'll have to pull out those old boxes, but I might end up opening an Angela figure at some point because I'm pretty sure I already have a number of them, and this one is practically open already. So, yeah, I know I can kill you again, Mark, by giving you another heart attack as I open a vintage figure, right? And there's a number of variants with the Spawn, with that Angela. I think there's some with ribbons around the staff, and there's some with different colors. Instead of gold, it might be silver armor, and I think she's got red instead of purple, and yeah. Duffman's here. Sword fits in hand. Jeez. Paula says hi. Hey, Paula, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Just sold the Spawn mobile. Oh yeah. Duffman, good to see you, Duffman. Hope you are doing well. There's a GoFundMe out there for Duffman right now. I threw in some money. Everyone should try to help him out. Malbosia Medieval Spawn 2-pack. Oh, cool. I didn't know they did a 2-pack. I went to look that up. Who makes Spawn figures now? It is still McFarlane Toys that's doing the Spawn figures. They are in a box that looks a lot like a NECA figure now. Where's Supergirl, Todd? Have they not done a Supergirl yet? I know that, yeah. Maybe they haven't. McFarlane still Mr. B. Yeah. We can't handle another figure opening. DC, that's right. Yeah. There will be with the new movies coming out, because I know he has a separate Flash line with it'll have a Flash logo on it instead of Multiverse. I think the movie is making them put them out as with a different logo. It's not part of the Multiverse ones. So there'll be a Flash movie one that's a yeah. But I hope in the Flash movie line they do the 1989 Batman. That would be cool. But that would be the only one I ever get. But I am seriously considering. I was looking at the images. Hold on, we might be able to find them and take a look at them together. But the McFarlane. There we go. Yes, here we go. This is so cool. Look at this. Look at this. Look how good these. I know we're going off topic again. I go off topic all the time. So never expect to stay on topic when we are talking about Sunday morning vintage, because I will go off topic all the time. Add to this to the stream, and look what we have here. Look how cool that is. An action figure. That doesn't that look like it's taken out of the movie? This is Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, and the figures are freaking phenomenal. Look at those figures. We've got Bane. Can this bring this up? Oh my god. Oh, there's a thing. Look at this. Wow. Bane is the Build-A-Figure for this line. Is that working right? We're doing good? Yeah. But he looks, he looks phenomenal. Like I'm blown away by the look of these figures. And we have the Joker here. Oh, with a pile of money. Look at that. With a whole pile of money. I mean, it looks freaking fantastic. I can't believe how good these look. I mean, they're better than the. I remember buying some special versions for my brother a few years back, and they were of the Joker and Batman, and these are better than those. I mean, and those were like $100 or something, $80 each or something. There's the Batman. Batman, you say? Batman, you say? Look at that. He's got three blades in his hands. That's so cool. That's so cool. And then let's go to the next one here. We got Harvey Two-Face with the coin. Look at that, with the coin. Oh, he really looks like Two-Face. I mean, look at that. When you from one side to the other side, you can't tell. Like, he looks human, but he's not human. He's Two-Face, and then on this side, he looks two-faced. Like, oh, it's so cool. They did a brilliant job with that head sculpt on this. Yeah, wow. And then what's the last one we got? Oh, the Scarecrow. Neat. Huh. But yeah, this is McFarlane's website. I ran across this the other day and I was like, holy cow. Dead Man looks great. Look at Dead Man. Gold Label series. Build-A-Figure Bane. Cool. Oh, and then we got, what's 20? Where would we click? 2022. Ooh, that Catwoman looks good. I kind of want to get this monster truck one. Look at that thing. Oh, look at that thing. The Bat Beast, right? The Bat Beast with Batman. It was only $25. That's what was getting me. I think it was like $25 for the vehicle and then $20 for the figure, and so it's like it was very reasonable. Oh, the Black Adam movie stuff, the Batman movie stuff, which we don't care about. $2021 had those guys. Justice League movie. Oh, that was it. That's all they did for 2021. I thought they had a million more figures in stores. Special editions. Oh, there's arrows. We got to keep going. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's why they look. Okay. As I was thinking that, I was like, wasn't there a million figures in this first year? Whoa, I don't think I ever saw this guy. What the hell is that thing? Oh, he was the Build-A-Figure. Okay. Whoa, and the Joker with the wings? Oh, he was a Build-A-Figure. Okay. Oh, we cycled back around. Okay, yeah. Look at that. Let's go back to 2021 and see if there's a click on that so we can click over. Yeah, there is. See, we got to click over. Oh, there was the bike. Yeah, I remember that bike, the bone bike. This is a cool way to archive your figures on the web. Really, it is. I mean, like if you wanted to, you know what I mean? Like usually you have to go to a secondary site, some fan site that's taking care of this, but McFarlane has been archiving them himself, and this is really cool. Oh, that Azrael looks awesome. I got the Batman Beyond stuff because I had to get those. I love Batman Beyond. That Superman, I got that one. That was cool. That's a good Batman. Yeah, that's a cool one. Oh, the Swamp Things. Those are cool. Yeah, we're back. Okay. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So, what? The browser share is stuck on Batman. Oh, seriously? Here I am looking at everything and you guys are seeing nothing? Seriously? Well, I don't want to go back. I'm sorry. Were you really only seeing Batman that whole time? Oh my gosh. No, I couldn't see the chat while I was looking at it. So oh boy, that's crazy. Damn it, John. Hey everybody. I can't control if their website doesn't work. It's not my fault their website doesn't work. Go to McFarlane.com and check it out. It's really cool. It actually is a very good way to archive their figures, and they've got them all up there to look at. So I would say go look there, check them out. So guys, later today, like I said, later today at 1:00, we got later today at 1:00 we have. Like, you had one job. Later today at 1:00 we have Jeopardy. We have the sixth game of Jeopardy, game number 6, and we actually have a bet. We're talking a little bit about Batman, and that's the award for today. Whoever wins today gets the Batman Lego with Batman, Harley Quinn, and that'll be cool. A little Bat bike in there. And we got 1 p.m. Eastern time. 1 p.m. Eastern time today. We've got Adventurous Joe pairing off against. Originally, it was just going to be for a little while. It looked like it was just going to be Adventurous Joe pairing off against John Joker, but now Chris at 1000th Ghost has agreed to join the game, so we can have 3 people, just like we did in all the previous games. And Chris is going to square off against Adventurous Joe and see who takes the prize. It'll be a Clash of the Titans, not to be missed, because both of these guys know a ton about video games, comics, toys, and cartoons that we all grew up with. John Joker has almost conceded, but he's still going to be there. He said that he doesn't have a chance, but I don't believe him. I think John Joker has a chance. I think John's going to surprise us. He is also a trivia. He's a trivia maker. He makes trivia. When he was doing his channel, which is his channel's shut down for the moment, but when John Joker was doing his channel, he had trivia and games all the time. So I would bet that by making up trivia questions and working with stuff, that that John is going to know more than he thinks he knows. Yeah, look at Steve Stong's going up against some trivia killers, but I'm telling you, think about what will JJ beat G-Force's score? I don't know. Think about what John used to do. John used to set up trivia games, and he would look up and write questions for those trivia games. So I have a feeling that John Joker is going to do a lot better than he thinks he's going to do, because someone just like myself, there's often times where I got to look up questions. I get something in my mind, but I have to look up the answer because I don't know it. But now that I've looked up the answers and worked with it, I know this bit of trivia. So John is the same way. He made a lot of trivia games on his channel when his channel was up and running. So I bet he knows a lot more than he thinks he does. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out on this one. Yeah, there's John Joker's YouTube. Make sure some G.I. Joe questions. There's a couple of G.I. Joe questions. There's a whole category dedicated to Batman's Joker. So he will do you guys want a preview? Do you want a preview here? So look at this. Let's do this. So here is, you're going to see the preview right here on this for later today. So the Jeopardy game is right here. Here's the Jeopardy game. We have, that was Star Wars. That category is all about Star Wars, but it's about Star Wars Legends. So this is something that, like there's one that talks about Chewbacca getting hit by a moon. Like, they couldn't kill Chewbacca normally. They had to smash a moon into Chewbacca to kill him. But that's no longer canon. Chewbacca's not dead right now in the Disney. So this is about like Star Wars Legends that is no longer canon. So the thing is, that was Star Wars with a question mark. 90s Toy Biz is about stuff like what we just went through, Hercules and other stuff in the 90s that Toy Biz put out. So not just Marvel related stuff, but other lines as well. There will be some Marvel and DC, but other lines as well. Kickin' Cartoons is about cartoons that have something to do with karate, kung fu, martial arts. So there's a number of questions there, and some of them get very obscure. There's one in particular that in the 500 category that is so obscure, I will be surprised if anyone gets this answer. But we will see. We will see. Go Boldly Doctors is about Star Trek doctors. Go Boldly where no man has ever gone before, Go Boldly Doctors is all about Star Trek doctors. So the whole category about that. The Wise is about the wise characters in various things. So Star Wars. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of different Lord of the Rings, Turtles, you know, any of the wise characters that were in any of the franchises we grew up with through the 80s and 90s, even into the 2000s, could be in this category. And then we have Double Jeopardy. And I'll show you the Double Jeopardy board. So you're getting a preview here of what's to come up. In the Double Jeopardy category, he's like, Yoda is the answer always. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? How you doing? You throw another moon at me, I'm gonna lose it. That's no moon. Yeah, good to see you, Sonny. How you doing? Then we have one surprise on McFarlane. Not just McFarlane toys, though. This is Todd McFarlane in general. So it could be comics, toys, movies, cartoons, anything that Todd McFarlane has done could be in this category. So, yeah, the answer is not going to be Yoda for any of these. Hunters is about bounty hunters, but it is not just Star Wars bounty hunters. There's also DC bounty hunters, Marvel bounty hunters. There is even a question about Critters and the bounty hunters in Critters. Hint, hint, in this. So you got to know your bounty hunters from all franchises and genres to be able to take on this category. You got to be joking is all about the Joker through the years, from Joker's creation all the way up to the latest rendition of the Joker. Could be in this category. Arcade Fever is all about arcade cabinets, the cabinets that came to the arcade and games that were in those cabinets. When, where, how, who, that kind of stuff could be in here. Name of the games, things like that. Misfit Toys is about toy lines that you might have overlooked through the years. And hopefully we will be bringing back some memories of toy lines that not everyone knows about. Wait a minute, then wouldn't it be not a memory? Well, maybe we'll be educating you about some toys that not everybody knows about. So, yes, there will be some toy lines in here that hopefully few people have never heard of. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. That's a preview of No One Wants a Charlie in the Box. Who was Chewbacca's children in the Star Wars Holiday Special? Let's see. Lumpy was the grandfather, right? Was Mala Chewie's wife? And then was his kid Lumpy? Was his kid named Lumpy, Chewbacca's kid? I want to say Mala. Lumpy was the grandfather, right? No, yeah. Oh, who was? Yeah, Mala. Itchy. That's it. It was Itchy. There you go, Itchy. Yeah, Mark's got it. That sounds right. He's like, that sounds right. Who knows? Yeah, Itchy, Mala, and Lumpy, right? Weren't they the? We did not have all the U.S. toy lines, so it'd be easy here to overlook something. Well, you're not playing today, Sonny. You could play. I don't know. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going. It's getting on to be 2 hours and 30 minutes of talking toys this morning. I'm going to get going and probably get something to eat and be all set for this thing going on at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Be back here at 1 p.m. today to do some Jeopardy. And hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at all these figures. Going through, I don't know, what do you call it? Memory lane in a sense. I think there's some cool stuff here, and I'm pretty excited to have this stuff. I don't know where I'm going to put that centaur now. He's going to have to go somewhere. It means I'm probably going to have to get a loose Hercules and someone to stand with him, because he can't just stand there alone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna take off, and I think I'm gonna I'll just be around undressing my Xena figure. And what did I just say? Crap! Did I say that out loud? Thanks for letting me pick your brain about Yoda. Take care, Super John. Yeah. Thanks for showing your bits. Very cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys next time. We are going to get to Robotech at some point. I did put up some pictures saying I wanted to do Robotech at some point, but I haven't got to it yet. I got to get them all out of the cabinet. So, but we will get to it. Maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see. Let's.
It's high time we got to the bottom of these shenanigans.
Oh, we didn't do a hey on the way. We didn't do a hey on the way in. And yeah. All right, good. Have a good day, guys. Happy Sunday. We'll see you later today on Jeopardy.
Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.